So who will move on and become our fourth semifinalist? Diana Nakonechny from Thunder Bay, or maybe Erin Quinn, last year's runner-up from right here in Calgary. And it will be Diana to bowl first. She had a terrific 236. Erin had a 224.
This bowler put on quite the show when she had that 236 game. Been sitting around waiting to find out who her challenger would be, and as a result, a little bit loose on that ball, letting it go. Looks like she's been in Hawaii or got a good luck charm around her neck.
Actually looks like an Olympic medal of some kind. I'm trying to think what games it was that had the hole in the middle. May have been
Tim Hortons.
No, yeah, that's right. Very good.
That's nice cover.
Yeah, very cover. Good cover for you. Every once in a while, you just have those moments.
I'll tell you what, I should buy shares in that, the amount of money our family puts in there.
Yeah, a real Canadian success story indeed. Erin Quinn.
Did you know him?
Who?
Horton.
Yes. Well, he knew of him, and
beautifully done.
There's some interesting stories. Actually went to the very first Tim Hortons. It was actually in Hamilton, Ontario, just not far from the Stelco and DeFasco plants. That's where they built the very first one.
Erin Quinn up with a strike, going for another one, trying to get going right into the match right now. Scratches her head, but she should be pleased with that one. Changes equipment now.
I remember Erin in that game against Val Olsen. She had that open to start, a 9 count, and then she marked all the way out. Diana Nakonechny had no opens to bowl her 236, and she had a string of 4 strikes right in the middle that gave her the jump on Catherine Willis. So nice cover for Erin Quinn to get the spare here in 2.
Here's that pearlite ball, the pearlized equipment. It goes a little bit further, a little straighter forward, going for the single pin. There's concentration for you.
Nope. Crossed over and didn't get the pins to fall back towards the 10.
The 10 pin for the right-handers. Mario's bowl in Thunder Bay.
No, not this time. She threw one like that in her game against Willis, and it came back. This one would not.
Well, she's in problem area. There you go, sir.
Diana Nakonechny. She was a youth champion, a runner-up in the pins game. Erin Quinn from here in Calgary, last year's runner-up. And as we bowl in the 3rd, Nakonechny now coming off that open.
And sometimes, you know, when you noticed that when Quinn was practicing, and the same thing with Willis, what they practiced was the corner pin, the 10 pin, because that's the one that'll hurt you every time. Now, it didn't hurt her because she came right back. I mean, she lost the points, but she didn't let it fluster her. Good point to try to do if you get a chance and you're doing your spur shots or your practice shots. Never mind the strikes. The strikes will come automatically. Go for whatever you have problems with and you get into a pressure situation. And if it's a left-hand corner pin, shoot for that.
Well, same thing applies, I know, and you draw a lot of comparisons with bowling, you know, curling, but when you see the players throw those high, hard ones and play all those big takeouts, well, those are the things that they can almost do in their sleep. It's the soft shots, the touches, the hits and the rolls, and those are the things that, you know, the good players will practice over and over again. And isn't that interesting? She couldn't hang it on the edge either. That's a disappointing 7 in the third for a 44.
Opens it up again for Diana. Interesting enough, my own daughter, when in the youth bowling, she missed a corner pin, missed a 10 pin in Canada. Came all the way back home on the plane and practiced for 3 hours on nothing but the 10 pin. She never missed it like that again. Well, there's where you see a little bit of nerves coming into it because she lost her concentration, leaves herself a difficult split.
I remember there's legendary stories about Gary Player, for example, the famous South African golfer. Drive the ball, most can do that. It's the game around the green. That's where it's won. You get in the trap. You just put hundreds of balls down there and he'd sit there for hours. The pink, just trying to get it out and lay it close and lay it close. Because that's where you're going to save your bacon.
I understand Tiger Woods did that one day too.
Oh, I'm sure they all do. The good ones do.
This one does. Here with her practicing, she'll practice some interesting things, and you can be sure that she's going to practice the corner pins after this. There she goes. So there's no problem for her to get in a strike. What you cannot afford to do is give up a gimme, more or less a gimme. But there's the good strike ball right there. There's the action. Look how strong she is. Just powers it through. And that, my friend, gives her the lead again.
Yeah, those two opens have hurt Erin Quinn. Oh, great action to get that 7. Boy, it was late coming, but it finally did.
Well, she's a happy camper sitting down there right now. So that, again, the open in the second frame, she didn't let it phase her. She came right back, got the turkey up there. And I'm not talking about you or Thanksgiving, sir. I'm talking 3 strikes in a row. Erin's had 2 opens in a row, so let's see if she can bounce back, get her game right into it again. That's the way to do it.
You bet. You got to park it, as the psychologists say. Just forget it and move on.
Watch the determination here. She was going to get that pin down there. I think she'd have gone all the way down the lane if she had to. She needs to back it up with another one here if she can.
Like that.
That's a good way to do it. Competed in the World Cup National Championships, 7th in 1 year. There's the scoreboard. There's the story.
Yep, it's 14 pins, and both bowlers now with doubles up.
Hold it.
Crossing over. Oh, she got it. Crossed it over. Got the action off the right side wall. And that is now 4 in a row for Diana Nakonechny.
The timing is perfect. And interesting enough, she kills Brooklyn, gets a tremendous break. And Erin got a double Brooklyn on the last one, and look at the difference.
Did you see that was the head pin? She crossed over, drove the head pin off the sidewall, and to get the 10.
And that's a long ways back over that area. Pins are a foot apart, center to center.
Another one, wow.
We are in a row.
Just have a look again at this strike, the previous strike in 6. Watch this head pin. Boom, over, bang.
That thing's quite a ways over there, and it wasn't even any question about it. Because she went left, and everything else goes scattering over to the right-hand side, there's the difference. Now the pressure's right back on Quinn here.
Definitely now Erin Quinn needs a strike. Get a third one.
Just to stay in contention.
Oh, this time it's the 10 that stands there.
And that's the difference. You see, you have a 10-pin standing, and another one went down because the head pin took it out.
Yet at the same time, you don't want to cross. You don't want to cross over and play the Brooklyn. I mean, that's a rather lucky strike, and she knew that.
She knew that.
Hang it on, and she does this time.
let's see if she can pick it up again. She has 102 in the 6th. Spear up in the 7th. Needs to get another one going to keep her opponent thinking a little bit. All the way through the shot. To the top. Whipped it, but left up 2 pins.
Just went too deep. A little deep.
And that becomes a time when you're trying to put so much into it. Now she gets to the line. Watch how she flips it. It's right here. And, you know, she gets it out there and it stays out, out, out. And then when it does finally make the move, it's too late. It's behind the head pin. And now she's got to get a shot right straight through to the back pin.
Nice, very nice. You're right. And in fact, your suggestion is when you're lining up, don't focus so much on the front pin, but play the back one.
Make sure that you hit the front pin, but you carry through and extend as if you're shooting just for the you know the worst pin to try and hit? The 5 pin. Because it's so simple. You'd think that, well, it's just an automatic. But I tell you what, it isn't automatic.
She was full again, and look at this mess.
And that is a mess. But you know, the strikes, the amount of strikes she had up there, the 5 consecutive strikes, gives her a little bit of breathing room.
She's got a 44-pin lead at this moment through 7. Those 5 strikes, the big difference.
Just to go over to the right-hand side, have the pin hopefully skid over to the left. She hits this is a good choice.
Oh, goodness. Diana Nakonechny with a wonderful spare here in 8.
Now that's a TV shot, and she's not even phased with it. Watch this. She goes exactly where she had to go. Not a doubt in the world. It hits it, and there's the shot coming in. You see the flushness of the ball hitting the pin over, and it just skids it right over to the left-hand side. Well done. Now that'll loosen her up. Watch this ball. When you're on a roll and you're relaxed like she is, she's just letting the ball swing. And there's a difference between her and Erin at the moment. That's exactly what made her get the get the shot. Now she's getting some advice. 184 up there, and 120 in the 7th, and spear up on the 8th for Erin. Erin needs to do something spectacular here right now. Good start.
Well, she needs to put a little fear into Diana.
Well, Diana's on a 244 range, and if she continues, that's if she went all the way out. Right now, the match is really changing around, back and forth. Erin, of course, can get a double up here. She can still get 200.
I mean, that game is still mathematically alive, but really Diana is so close here to closing her out.
Erin looks up and knows the result is there.
Oh, it's done. That was it. So 90, but the best she can do is 180 compared to Diana's 194 already in the bank. And so Diana Nakonechny will move on, and it's a 168 final for Erin Quinn. Those open frames in 3 and 4 really hurt her badly.
Well, we have a decision made with the top 4 people that are going to go ahead. It'll be exciting to watch.
Rattled that pin around the 10. Actually got her foot caught as if she just didn't get a proper slide.
10 pin remained up, however, she's got enough to go ahead. The defending champion still alive, so anything can happen.
Again, oh, this time it hangs on.
She's just courting disaster sitting out there on that corner. She should move a little bit. And if the ball's staying out that far, you move to the right a little bit, give yourself an edge. I don't mean the edge going in either.
No, I understand. Well, for Diana, it's quite the game. Her league average at Mario's Bowl in Thunder Bay is 189. She has the potential here with a strike to bowl at 224. And that's what she'll finish with, 224. After a 236, Diana Nakonechny from Thunder Bay. Oh yeah. And she will move on, becoming our 4th semifinalist. And she'll have a chance to play for the big money. Erin Quinn, last year's runner-up, will leave here with $1,000. Diana Nakonechny, we'll see her next week